I am behind my house eating a cucumber avocado snacky wacky. I don't know if you can see this. Watch me dump all this out here. Ugh. Just kidding. But some oil, some spices. And not only did the Divine say I was doing a reading today, but Co-Star said that I'm doing a reading today. So, you rang. I'm here for you. I feel like I really needed to say that to you too. I'm here for you. Like, I'm not quite at the place where I like to hear myself talk. So, I am here. Kind of hiding behind like a shed on this side because there are some dogs that if they saw me, you hear them now. Imagine if they saw me. Ugh. So, they make the noise. That's okay. They're doing their job. Oh my gosh, I wish you could see my little friend here. So, grounding could be significant. Maybe you need to go sit outside, put your butt on some dirt and some grass. I have a blanket because I was one of those babies probably that like when you tried to put them like their feet on the grass, they'd like move their legs out. That's me. As much as I love Mother Nature, I don't want to commune with it in certain areas of my body. But you need to sit outside probably. Fresh air. It's cooler out here right now. It's sun setting. It's actually after 8 p.m. here, but the sun is setting. And I brought 4 decks. And the Divine is saying there's just one. That's what we're doing today. Oh God, I invite your spirit here today. I invite your love and your kindness, your grace and your mercy. I invite you to speak. It's not me, it's you. I wonder if they saw me. Because you can hear. Oh. Oof. Two cards came out so far. That's all. That's it. That's all she wrote. That's crazy because I've been getting a lot of this whole, like, your channel is an ego death channel. You called upon the goddess, and the goddess has called you. You are being called to bear witness to your own joy, magic, and power. Will you heed the call? I was moved to read that. We're in the midst of a channeling 333 on the count as I'm saying that. Your first card is Urzuli Dantor, Goddess of Etheric Chords, number 27. And we will go ahead and read that. I'll mark that because it's the second card. Funny. Oh. Just kidding. Your second card, which is what I'm supposed to be reading first, is Gangang Sara, Shadow Goddess of Resistance. Shadow Guidance, or Shadow of Resistance, country of Tobago, Caribbean energy. Temple of Shadows, element of bush. Bush meaning earth. Sit your ass down outside. Shadow Goddess Gangang Sara, the Witch of Golden Lane, blew into Tobago on a determined breeze from West Africa to emancipate her family. Her shadow guidance says you are scared that you are going to mess it all up. You may have stumbled, but this is a new day. Learn to show up for yourself. Embodiment. You ghost your own dreams and resist your own magic. Stop holding back, worrying, and pretending to seek perfection that will never come. When it comes to you stepping into your greatness, resistance keeps you stuck. Resistance blocks growth, creativity, and evolution. Resistance may look like procrastination, laziness, disorganization, excuses, or lack of motivation. But there are deeper forces at play. You are resisting the force you really are. The declaration, "This is me, I show up." And I'm getting the sense that you're having a really hard time putting you first in ways that benefit you, but inconvenience you a little bit. There's really a Dantor of etheric chords. There's more at play here. There are deeper forces at play. You resisting the you that you really are has to do with Azuli Dantor, country of Haiti, temple of lovers, element of fire. Azuli Dantor fought below or elbow to elbow with her people during the Haitian Revolution to protect mothers and children. She represents the healing of the Dark Mother. Okay, yeah. So you're here because you're healing your... That's how true it is. You're healing your Dark Mother. You're healing your Dark Mother. You went through some shit. Where do we get maternal up in that shit, you know? Like, how do we get from fighting elbow to elbow, fighting, having to blow through West Africa to emancipate, like, from West Africa to Tobago, to emancipate family. She needed to emancipate her family. She's fighting elbow to elbow. You're fighting. The guidance says, if it isn't wholehearted love, release it. Remember your worth. Embodiment. The energy cord binding you and someone you no longer wish to be attached to are strong. You must be willing to let go. You angry as fuck, and you have a right to be. Close your eyes. See divine swords of goddesses loving God or goddess or goddess's loving light separating you and dissolving the cords between you. You are both whole and healed. Just as you shower to cleanse physical grime, there is also grime in the form of energy cords, also called karmic ribbons, emotional cords, or etheric cords. Spiritual maintenance is required. Goddess declaration, I am worthy, compassionate, and whole. So it is 2. The Egyptian Book of the Dead Oracle card, or Oracle deck, is going to clarify this for me. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, Divine. Some of these are upside down. Could I be shuffling? Wow. Sometimes I like to see how the birds just be flapping around out here. Whoa. Okay. 4 cards came out. And I was gonna put them back, but I cannot put them back. Your first card is Ma'at. So you have 2 more goddesses and Tefnut. I was just having a conversation online with some like-minded groups on Facebook about, the path and the journey that you take when you're with Sekhmet, and Tefnut also came up as like a divine cat energy. Ma'at is first. Justice, truth, and balance. So you're pissed off. You want to see... I'm hearing... You want to see... justice prevail. And you're almost willing to say you'd rather see it before you trust fully. The card of Ma'at is all about weighing things and making sure that your conscience is clear and your heart is as light as it can be. When the goddess Ma'at shows up in your readings, she is asking you to examine how much balance there is in your life. Do you work too hard and never have time for romance or family? Are you spending too much time out partying with friends when you should really focus on your career? Or the opposite, are you doing a lot with that career and you're not connecting with friends? Which is another, I'm hearing like some of you listening, some of you that will be listening, this is a timeless reading whenever this reaches you. Hang out with your friends. If you have friends, please. If you need friends, like let's start the process of getting you some friends. Drop comments if you need friends. And don't be on bullshit. Anyways, Ma'at wants you to weigh up your life to see if the scales are even, or if something is currently dominating your life in an unhealthy way and weighing heavily on your heart. This is also the card of justice and truth. Ma'at's feather is the downfall of the sinful, and so this card appears when you need to check in with yourself and your conscience. Have you been indulging in dishonest behavior or acting in a way that you know to be wrong or illegal? Or do you know someone who has? If so, take this card as a signal to mend your ways before it's too late, because when Ma'at appears in the reading, it is a sure sign that the truth will come out soon. Make sure you have nothing to hide. Ask yourself, how heavy is my heart? Is my conscience clear? Adjust your behavior if necessary before the feather of Ma'at weighs in to orchestrate your downfall. Listen to your heart. Look, I could come up with 15 different things I could confess right here and right now and just be like, see, this is why I can't be a judgmental ass bitch, because like 2 minutes later I run my mouth and the divine checks my ass and then I'm not. And I feel like you might be one of those people where it's like, I can't do nothing wrong. I'm always getting called the fuck out. And then like other people are just out here just fucking crip walking all over your shit. I read something like that today. I read something like that today where the person was talking about how like, and it was like an ad, it could be a fake story, but the story was like, they let like their husband or whoever, boyfriend, whoever, they let this guy go 40 something days without talking to them, and everyone was like, yeah, just give him space, do this, do that, and she did everything right. Spent that whole time focusing on herself, going to the gym, you know, working on herself and her business and her health and everything like that, but like also still like not texting him first to give him space. And then like after day 30 is when like a group of her friends are all hanging out, and then someone just passes the phone around the table silently, and it's a picture of oh boy with a new girl laughing, having a great old fucking time, and this girl is just like, wow, I've just been sitting here working on myself, and for fucking what have I been waiting for? So like, I get you're fucking mad, and I also get that you have the ability to be just as ugly, and like that's not the point of this anymore. Like, you woke up from that lie. Confirmation boy. You woke up from that lie. Tit for tat is not your lifestyle anymore. It never should have been a part of your life. You know that it's like it shouldn't have been, so I don't have to tell you that, but I do see like you want people to have the same conviction over being self-aware that you feel you do, and I get it. And also, it is not your job to dole out karma. This is above you now. If you are hurting, if you are upset, if you are angry, if you are hurt, if someone hurt you bad, bro, like on some you don't understand. I'm seeing a lot of 2s here. You had a 22, a 27, a number 2. 2 more of your cards have 2 in them. 2 could be very significant to you right now. Change. Let's look it up too, actually. 2s could be significant to you. It's 8:20 on the clock right now. Oh, hold on, spirit. See, can't type with a damn spiritually. The number 2 represents balance. duality, harmony, and partnership. So you're pissed the fuck off. The divine, you keep hearing the divine say over and over again, just get yourself ready, get rid of that bitterness, get rid of that anger, get rid of whatever it is that's festering inside. And the divine's given you time. And if not, you're in the midst of getting the time you need to get through this. Because what we're not, really, they said tit for tat looks cute until you pass that area of justification in your mind, like, yeah, I get to be this to someone, I get to dole this out because I could do worse, literally means you're the same as them. And that's when you start fucking around with the whole we are all one. And you know that. You know just as much as you poured into that person, you are still here able to pour into yourself and others that have 1616 have taken good care of you. Balance yourself out, babe. Sit. It's the fire and the earth, right? We're thinking Avatar: The Last Airbender, and Aang is season 1. Fire is season 3, finale zone, boy. Like, yeah, he had a pretty hard time sitting in the earth, but like, homie, it's easy to just start blowing fucking fire on everything. It's not as easy. I'm talking to an Aquarius, Jesus Christ. I know of someone in there, I'm talking about fucking Aquarius. It's easy to dole it out, okay? And you have every justification to. And there are certain things you are going to be called to do with the knowledge and the power that you are sitting on in your meekness, my love. But if we're all one, and you're just all over the place, it is just you hurting yourself. Like, you know, you get partially injured when you physically hurt another person? Like when you stab them, people, I shouldn't say that. When you do that to people, you get a little bit injured back. Pretty sure. Weapons too. Like, there's evidence of it on you. And people are like, why did harm happen? And you're like, oh, because da-da-da-da. Okay, but why did it have to get to harm, right? You start realizing we're all one. One love, one world. Let's get together and be alright type shit. Marley. When you realize that we're all one, 1818, you realize this tit for tat shit, and I haven't even gotten to the other cards. Tefnut. This one is from the Great Pout, or the Great Ennead. It says here moisture, giving, power, moisture within air, generosity. She's number 19. Tears, sorrow, and rain. Within Egyptian mythology, Tefnut was the goddess of rain, dew, and moisture in the desert. This was a vital role due to Egypt's location in a desert climate. Without moisture, there could be no life. Don't dry yourself up for these crusty bitches. There's more life to have, more life to live. You can eat whatever you want. You can. We have free will. Pause. You have free will. I give you permission to use it. To eat whatever you want right now. There's life. Tefnut is a highly revered deity. She is sometimes depicted as having a body of a woman with the head of a lioness and holding a vessel of water. Like, even though we're being, like, Water is like so cleansing and healing too. When this card is present in a spread, it usually indicates tears and sorrow, but like the rain, they will be fleeting. Oh. Confirmation drive-by. You may experience something that's gonna piss you the fuck off. It's like the visual I'm getting, and I hate war movies, you guys. I hate it. They stress me out because it's just so real, and so like I can do a lot of like body horror, and I could sit through like podcast after podcast, hours after hours of true crime, but I cannot watch a war movie to save my life. Except like a fantasy one. Like I can watch the Avengers. I cannot anyways, but I'm seeing just this depiction of a war movie where like, you know, it could be anything from ancient spears and swords to guns, or you always have there's a lot of this that happens, tactically speaking. A really, really good method in war is when you have the opponent charging at you and you are holding some form of a line, like the first contact line, and you have this leader saying hold, 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 and they're coming and they're coming and they're coming and they're getting closer and closer and closer, and then like right at the now, and you're waiting for that now, but you're sitting in the whole like shit's coming at you and you fucking see it and you're like, I could do it right now and it would still like, they're close enough, like the bullshit's close enough for me, and I think a lot of that is anxiety, because every time you knew something change was happening in your life, you had to be in a position where you were ready for the shoe to drop. This isn't a card of lasting misery, however, but one which suggests that the release of emotions through tears of joy, anger, or sadness is actually to your benefit. Crying is good for you. Bottling up your feelings isn't. A good cry actually releases endorphins, which are the hormones that help us to feel good. So when you cry, the endorphins ease the pain, whether it is physical or emotional pain that you are experiencing. So you need a good cry, fam. I support this. Tefnut is encouraging this form of release. And this is primordial. This is ancient. This is like the original 9. Like, boom. They make up what our reality uses to hold itself together. Moisture. I just used some of my birthday money to get a bunch of moisturizing things because my skin just gets so dry. I drink water to combat that, and I use moisturizers. And yeah, I have like a bunch of moisture within my body, and drinking water helps me not have to use it as much as like back when I didn't drink any water and I was just walking around like a flaking ash bag. Like, it was horrible. And you know, I'm still working on trying to get in tune with my skin and my hair and all of that. Like, moisture, like, it's part. You look healthy when you're hydrated. You look like you glow when you're when you're balanced inside. Tefnut is encouraging this form of release. You need to cry. She is an empathetic goddess, and her energies can help you heal if you're going through a traumatic time. So grab a box of tissues and commune with the ancient Egyptian goddess by having a really good sob. Tefnut would approve. It's interesting, like I said, I had this talk in another group, and it was hold on, I actually lost my train of thought, bro. That's dirty. Ooh. You know what? It'll come back to me. Your next card is the Tomb. 24. Like I said, you have a lot of 2s. Balance, duality, harmony, partnership. Entombment, stagnant energy, and trapped. The tombs of the Egyptians were elaborate constructions, from the Great Pyramids to the layers of sarcophagi in which mummies would be laid to rest. They treated their dead with honor and reverence. They believed in dignity in death, and their entombing ceremonies and associated funerary rites went on for many days. Although this seems like a rather foreboding card, the tomb actually represents stagnant energy. It suggests that your life right now is moving rather slowly. Maybe your plans keep on being derailed or your dreams delayed. You feel the delay, the hold. Perhaps you're waiting for other people to start moving things along. Whatever it may be, this card indicates that the energy surrounding the issue is stale and your progress has been stalled. Try working some cleansing magic to free up the energy around you and see if that helps. You need to cry. You need to get that shit out. Alternatively, this card could also indicate a feeling of being trapped in a situation that no longer serves you. If you are in a situation that no longer serves you, please feel free to use your God-given free will and get the fuck out of it. I give you permission. Yes, you have permission to do free will and fuck right out of a bad situation. I love you. Confirmation tweet. Listen. Maybe you dislike your job, but have yet to find another that suits you better, or perhaps it is your relationship that has run its course and you feel trapped in a difficult marriage. Whatever it might be, this card is here to highlight the problem so that you can take the initiative and make a plan, because nothing else will move until you do. You need to cry this shit out, my friend. You need to cry. Because I think, some of the shit you need in order to be ready to receive, because you're viewing it from the perspective of this oncoming, barrage of the bullshit, because you're thinking worst case scenario to keep yourself, because you think this is keeping you grounded. That's not keeping you grounded, that's keeping you scared. Try thinking about the fact that you know that you are transitioning into this thing. You trust it. Your last card, 26, immortality. You're protected. This symbol right here is a symbol of protection. You are very protected. Success, legacy, everlasting. Because you know that the divine gave you the blessing of immortality. Whatever that means for you. I feel like I'm talking to people who have a lot of a nuance around rebirth. Talking to people who are into phoenixes and a why. So phoenixes are significant, definitely. Afterworld, underworld, netherworld, between places. You're in the in-between types. Immortality was the ultimate success to the ancient Egyptians. To be granted an afterlife in the field of reeds following the ordeals of judgment meant that they had lived a good life and were being rewarded with a new life as an immortal, at one with the gods. In a reading, the immortality card foretells that you will undertake something which will last longer than you do. The obvious interpretation here would be parenthood, with your children being a legacy, but it could also indicate some other form of lasting contribution that you make, such as setting up a charity, publishing a book, creating a lovely garden, or working hard to protect the legacy of the natural world. Homie, you're seeing this war, and the divine is promising you something that lasts, imagine instead, I think of my dramatic ass is thinking of Aladdin. Fucking just Aladdin and Genie, just the whole 9 yards coming into this girl's kingdom, okay? Just Prince Ali, that's you. That's what's actually coming at you, but you're get the fuck back. You look suspicious. And maybe that's the thing. It's that if you can't think of any other way to think of you're being you are in a space of receiving, something is coming for you to bring more into your life, and you're still kind of in that oh shit, fuck, scared, not sure about this, and that's fine. It's not to say that you're not allowed to be stupid, but if you can just embody more of that, there's a balance that I'm seeing. There's a balance, and you're still sitting comfortably in anxiety. Ah. This card can also suggest that a big success is on the cards, possibly as a result of something that you have been working towards for some time. Maybe you're about to graduate from university, or perhaps you will gain a big promotion at work. Whatever it means to you, this card suggests that you will be remembered for something significant. You are not doing it for that, but that's part of your promise. And so it's like, instead of sitting, hold up. I heard instead of sitting so comfortably in the anxiety of the worst case scenario that you are so good at perceiving in the world, because it did happen and you legitimized that. Instead of sitting comfortably there, work on the discomfort you feel about the fact that I made you a promise. You know it to be true, and you can't even receive it without thinking that you don't deserve it somehow, without thinking that it would be too grandiose of a thought for someone like you to have and believe in, because what? What's your excuse for thinking that way when the divine themselves have told you, several times, that you are loved, you are cared for, you are abundant, that you are about to step into a legacy form of immortality. The part of life that you touch in this world is that you moisturize it. You put something on your skin and it goes from being shriveled to having elasticity and life again. And because of who you are, and agreeing to be that in this universe, your reward, even here, makes you too uncomfortable to believe in. And you are so protected. And so, yeah, okay, there may be some strays. You do have the intuition and the commune. The commune. You have the support of legions behind you, I hear. Whew. Go touch grass. You get it. You know where I'm going with this. You've heard it. You've heard it from the divine. You've heard it from your loved ones, your family, your friends. If you haven't heard it from anyone yet, and you're coming here and you somehow found this, and this is the most foreign thing in the world to hear, that is your legacy with this video. You are life. It's so funny to me too, because we always think about the life-saving organ, and it's like the skin is the largest organ of the body, and it is the most interesting organ. Like, if you ever really sit and think about it, like, have you ever thought about the fact that there's just different types of this one organ all over you? Like, your elbow skin is not the same as the skin underneath your eye. They require different approaches. Like, it's strongly recommended not to use a body lotion on your face. Certain things, even for your face, are not supposed to make eye contact. The skin is so interesting. All of the organs need moisture, but your skin needs moisture. You get a lot of the hits to that external organ in the world, the cold. Right now, it's getting chilly. My cheeks are getting a little bit like, I'm a little bit chilly. My nose is getting cold. Like, my shit is loud. And my skin's taking that. Gotta sit on the ground. Take a minute. And then I want you to take the most luxurious, most beautifulest goddess bath, goddess shower, goddess wipe down, cleansing you can do. I want you to savor every gulp of the next beverage that you have. And I want you to sit in the most uncomfortable version of reality that mimics what the divine has promised you over your life after watching this video. I'm going to do that too. It hit me in a lot of ways. You are loved. Believe in that. Believe in love and being loved. Being love and beloved. Ugh. I'm cold. Bye.